One love to the humble, one love to the humble, one love to the humble. May grace and peace be multiplied unto you. Hey, listen, I want to talk to y'all about something that's really going rampant in our community as black men and black women. And that's this war that we got going on between each other. This battle. It's a competition right now. And it's a sad competition. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really sad that operating in who God made you to be is a problem. You know what I'm saying? And now we got this idea that men are these. Well, it's not. It hasn't just started now. It's been this way for a long time. Men have been looked at as not the. Men have been looked at as evil unless he has some type of softness or feminine thing about him. If he don't have that feminine thing about him, then he's evil. He's considered evil by women. And I'm just gonna call it like it is today. We have to get down to it. And I'm not letting men off the hook. I'm gonna talk about men as well. Excuse me, but right now I'm gonna get to that. But we gotta we have a problem in our community, as we all know the multiple problems that we have. And here's another problem on top of that. The thing between black men and women. This is nonsense, man. It's really nonsense. And I don't even know if people really understand how stupid it is. And I'm calling it just like it is. It's stupid, man. Like, what are we doing right now? We need each other to survive. We need each other. It's not a one better than the other. We need each other. This complaint, this fighting and bickering online on social media, we look like fools doing it. We look like fools doing it. It used to be a time when we stood together and fought for our communities. Now we fighting within the community. We are imploding because we are too busy going at it back and forth. And these silly podcasts, these all this red pill space and all these different whatever these different pills are, it's all dumb to me, man. And to me personally, I believe that all of them dudes is running them podcasts. I believe y'all suckers, man. I'm gonna just call it like it is. I believe all of them dudes are suckers. They wasn't getting girls. They couldn't get a girl. They couldn't get nothing. The girls would turn them down. At least the girls they really wanted were dissing them, turning them down. And then they got some money. And they do what most men do who used to get dissed at one point in their life. When they get to a point where a place where they can finally call some shots, they get crazy with it. That's what I believe is happening. I looked at some of them podcasts. Them dudes are corny, man. They're corny. And I don't believe if they didn't have the money, they wouldn't get nothing. And that's why they doing it now. Go back and look at any dude that you ever know, and maybe that dude was you. That you got no girls, the girls would dish you, you couldn't get nothing. You wasn't the guy. And then all of a sudden, when you got to a certain position, all the girls started coming to you, and then what you do? You run through them all, and you don't take them seriously because you're gonna pay them back. And I believe that's what these guys are. And this ain't no hit on them, man. It's just the truth. Because the stuff they're doing is nonsense. They bring these girls up here on these shows. You know how women's nature is. Any man that's been this good with women, you know their nature. You know what they're gonna do. You bring them on these podcasts, and then you make them look real stupid. And then what that does is it makes the audience start hating them, start hating women because of women just being who a woman is. And see, the problem is in society, we got this idea that women are these nice angels. That's how we were taught. I remember when I was coming up, it was this saying they used to go like, it was a book, it was a children's book. I wish I could remember the name of that book, but it was something like boys are made from like snails and it was some nasty stuff that boy was made from, and the girls was made from beautiful things. It started young with this indoctrination of us. And here I am at my age now, and this books was going on when I was in elementary school. And what do you think that does to kids? What do you think it does to boys to read that you are this, you are nothing? And it's always been that men have been nothing in society other than expendable. But the game is being ran in a way that make women think they somehow are the ones oppressed. You're not oppressed. It's just that men have the power of force. Men have the force. Men can dominate in force. Therefore, it seems like men have the power, but women, without women, societies would fail. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because women are the ones who purchase things, who buy things, who they make comforts for. All the things you go anywhere and look anywhere, is majority of women there. Where are the men? Where you notice where the men go? There is no place for the men to go. Everything is built around family and women. It's not built around men. Only thing men got is football. Men got sports. That's what men got. Sports. There is no stores strictly built for men. There is nothing that caters strictly to men outside of sports. If I'm wrong, somebody put in the comments and correct me. But black men and women cannot afford this negativity that's going back and forth. I seen a thing where a woman said she glad she had no son because they are nothing but trouble and boys are criminals and we're trouble. Just for being a boy, just for being a man, instead of accepting that this men and women are different, that this is how men operate versus how women operate. Women do things this way, men do things this way. Why demonize what men do? Because they are men. And because women are made to look like they are the example of society. Women are what society should be like. And what men doing is wrong. When in all actuality, there wouldn't be none of this society if it was not for men. And I'm not even trying to get into all of the who invented what and who builds what. Just war. We would not be speaking English if it wasn't for men. If men wasn't doing what men do, we wouldn't be speaking English today. We would not have the freedoms we have today if it wasn't for men standing up for it. Then somebody gonna say, well, women support it too. I ain't knocking that. But women was not losing their lives over this. And we don't expect women to get out there and lose their life over this. This is what a man's job is. But to treat a man like he's nothing is silly. To treat him like the way he is just because what God made him to be is wrong. It's crazy. Just because women are different. We think differently. We do things differently. We don't even have the same brain in our heads. It's a different brain completely because we have different reasons why we're here. We have different things that we must do. We have different reasons to the way we survive is very different from each other. Our mating strategy is different. Our survival techniques is different because we got different weaknesses and strengths. We're not made the same, but they keep telling women that men and women are just the same. We're nowhere near the same. We got to get that out of we got to stop that for one. Man, like and share this video, man. Subscribe to the channel. This is crazy to me. We got to stop doing this stuff. I don't care what other races are doing. Black people cannot afford this. We ain't but 13% of the population, and most of them 13% is born in households with no man in it. 76% of our children are born outside of wedlock. This wasn't this way before the civil rights movement. Before the civil rights movement, we wasn't living like this. But then some woman gonna come in and say, well, women were oppressed and women were getting beat. Man, most men was not beating women back then. We gotta stop this spreading this nonsense about men being these daggone terrible people. Without men, you have nothing. Without your father, you wouldn't even be on the planet, along with your mother. You wouldn't even be here without your father. Even going up to your mother, talking to her, so they can even get to the place for you to be created. It's foolishness, man. Look around your community. Don't get caught up in this social media and this hype on TV and to make you think that we somehow as black people are doing so great. We're not. We're not doing great, man. We are struggling. 76% of babies being outside of wedlock. We more proud to say baby mama and baby daddy than husband and wife. That's where we at today. That's how we more proud to do that than anything else. But yet we walk around here with our nose up high, talking about each other on social media. competing with each other, men competing with women, women competing with the men. Women want to be like the men. Well, why can men do this and I can't? Because you ain't a man. And really, you don't want to even be like that. That's not even in your nature to want to be like that. You're just doing it out of spite and just because you this so-called liberation. What kind of liberation it means where you can go up here and rack up bodies and ruin yourself? That's liberation to get on a camera and show your whole naked butthole to the world. That's liberation. That's liberation. That's empowering to get up there and be naked for the world. That's psycho. That's something wrong with my brain. That's what that means. Women that want to be like men and move like men and do what men do are soulless. You're not made like a man. You're not built for that stuff. You get your emotions all messed up trying to be like a man. When men don't move like that, we're not built like that. We're not built like you. We don't. The things that affect you don't affect us the same because we're different. I'm getting sick of seeing this stuff, man. We doing some stupid stuff. I blame it all on the civil rights movement and feminism, all tied up into one. That started us down this path to get to where we are today. We got this false belief that somehow prior to civil rights, we was doing worse. We were not doing worse. We were doing better than we're doing right now. We got all this freedom. We had businesses. We had our bus lines. We had movie theaters. We had restaurants. We had everything that they had, we had. We had our families intact, number one. Now we don't have anything. We don't have anything. We lost it all. And we lost our family. We don't have family structure no more. We got dudes out here with 3 or 4 kids by 3 or 4 different women. We got women out here with 3 or 4 kids by 3 or 4 different men. What kind of nonsense is that? That's dysfunction. And we done made it normal. That's dysfunctional, man. You don't supposed to have all these kids by different people. You screwing the kids up. Ain't no foundation there. If you got 2 or 3 kids by 2 or 3 different dudes, how are you establishing a family foundation? How are you establishing mama, grandmama, generational anything? Ain't no generational wealth. People got this false idea, oh, we build some generational wealth. We got 3 different baby daddies, or you got 3 different baby mamas. There ain't no generational wealth to be built because you ain't got no generations. You just got a bunch of people out here with kids. You got 3 kids by 3 different dudes or 3 kids by 3 different women. How you gonna how is that gonna set up a situation for a grandmother, grandfather, pass down, pass down, pass down? How you gonna do it? You a grandparent with a daughter, they got kids by 3 different folks. How is that gonna work? It's gonna be a problem, is what it's gonna be. Because if this dad brings something for Christmas, and this dad brings something for Christmas, and then that dad don't bring nothing for Christmas, how you think that kid gonna feel? Bad. Because he's looking at his siblings got gifts and he didn't. He don't understand why. Or if what if the other 2 dads ain't bringing nothing, but one dad is. One dad showing up, the other 2 dads ain't. Now the other 2 kids gonna have a problem with his siblings. See, mama don't recognize because they all mama's kids, so she don't get it. We out here looking real stupid right now. We out here looking real stupid, and it's like cool. It's like laughable. Then we following these entertainers and doing the dumb stuff that they doing, like we living the same life they living. Man, you ain't living no entertainer's life. They don't live the same life you live. They got a whole different thing going on, and we following them. Our women following these entertainers. These women that's up here ain't no type of role model, ain't no type of guidance, ain't no type of anything but the worst degenerates of society making music, promoting it, and we got women acting like this. But yet, the problem that you run into, the women acting the way they act, which is degenerate, but then they want to be treated like a lady because it's inside of your heart. You still want to be treated like a lady, but society is telling you to act like other than the lady, and you're in conflict. That's why all these women are on antidepressants, drinking more than they ever drank before. Women are doing. Women are way worse than they ever been before, as far as their mental health, physical health, and all of that. Why? Because they listen to society instead of a husband. Society got women running around here looking crazy because they're going against their nature. Your nature ain't to be out there looking crazy. They got women mad at men and women getting at men, want to be like men instead of being like a woman. You'll never succeed trying to be like a man. You will always fail. You will always be depressed. You will always be all of those things that you think is so cool right now. It's not going to always be cool. However you cope is how you cope. Keep listening to these women. They're going to lead you down a road of destruction. But you won't listen to men because men are the bad ones or the evil ones. Can't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about. But listen to whoever you want. But however your life end up is on you. And men, we got to do better than what we're doing. First of all, stop sleeping with all these women just because. Stop creating babies just because. What is wrong with protection? I ain't been in a store yet that don't have protection in there. Not one. Women got way more. Uh, Women have way more protection than men got, and men got protection. So if you add them two together, there's plenty of protection out here. But why is nobody using it? If you're not in a marriage, why are you having unprotected sex? You don't care about the children. You're just selfish. You care about your own self pleasure. That's all you care about is your own self pleasure. Yet you birthing children outside of a confinement of some type of serious commitment to each other. But men, you got to stop doing that. You got to stop doing it. Get your life together. You get your life together, everything else you want will come to you. You don't have to go out here being destructive. Stop doing the stuff you're doing. Be more of a leader. Stop chasing behind these women. Stop filling their head up with nonsense. You know it don't look good. You know all this stuff is a lie, but you tell it to them anyway. And then they get screwed up from your lies, thinking they're 10 when they really are 2. That's your fault. And then when you get the attitude you get out of women, it's because of men doing the nonsense they do. These women think that they're the next thing to Jesus. But that's because of men. That's because of us. That's our fault. We the ones doing that. She ain't your wife. What you gassing her up for? So she can be a headache for somebody else? We doing nonsense out here. Complete nonsense. Nobody's talking about the nonsense. Everybody's just talking about this back and forth complaining on each other is not going to fix the problem. Each individual person has to realize that there's a problem and do something different. But I know women are not going to do nothing different because women have done everything in their power to get it to this point. And it's only going to be to their destruction. And no, it sounds like I'm hating. Yes, it sounds like I'm hating. Yes, somebody going to have something to say. I don't know what I'm talking about. Trust and believe me. Trust and believe me. It's going to be bad. You ain't seen it yet. Most of these women are young. They still beautiful. They still get males and still look at them. Males still compliment them. That don't last forever, man. That's a short window, like a drug dealer, like a man who's a drug dealer. He got a short window of time to shine until he end up dead or in jail or in prison. Same thing for women. You got a short time to shine. And when that time is up, all the times you wouldn't settle, you're gonna have to settle eventually. That's just the way the game goes. Nobody escapes, nobody beats the game. You can't beat the game. The house never lose. The house would never lose. Somebody said, "Well, man, you can't control them. They won't listen. I mean, women don't want to listen, so you can't lead. You're not gonna be able. You're not gonna be able to, man, because they don't want you right. They don't want to listen. They don't want to lead. They want to be independent. Plus, they want to be married and independent. I don't understand how that even works, but that's what they. That's the stuff they say. Man, look, they can't help themselves. They've been convinced that this is that what they thinking is how it goes. They have no concept of what's going on, and if they do and they go against it, then that means they dumb. If you know what's best for you and you choose to go against that anyway, you can't be smart. I'm not gonna give you the credit and say you're smart. You have a low IQ to go against your own nature. But they convincing women to do that. They convincing them that the best thing for them is to go the other direction. They're in a world of hurt just like men are in a world of hurt. I mean, this is my rant. It's my rant, man. You know, I just more of these type of videos need to be coming out because black community is in a world of hurt. Nobody seems to be thinking about it from their perspective. We already are 13% of the population. We go to jail more than anybody. We go to prison more than anybody else. And we go to the graveyard more than anybody else. But yet, we think that we got plenty of time. It's no worries. And then we're not having this, the 76% of children born out of wedlock. But then now we got people, somebody going to wait till their 40s, women waiting till their late 30s and 40s to have a kid because they want to travel the world and all this dumb stuff. You can do all of that in a marriage. But they want to travel the world and have their fun, rack up bodies and lose all ways to connect and just crazy nonsense that everybody want to do these days. It ain't that serious. But we make it more serious than what it is. Men want to do all the dumb stuff that they're doing. They're not ambitious no more. They're not trying no more. They following this red pill, blue pill, whatever these pills are. They following this content. Stop following this content, man. It's going to disrupt your mind and blur your vision on what is really going on. And you're going to start hating women. You can't do that. The way women are is how they always have been. They're just getting put on Front Street now. But men, we always been on Front Street. But now women are getting put on Front Street. But man, and it's going to get worse until we as men start feeding into the nonsense. Then it'll stop. But as long as we keep flaming the fires, fanning the flames, then it ain't going to stop. Because the harder we push, the harder they're going to push back. They're not going to win, but that's what's going to happen. Anyway, I hope somebody see this video and it changed their life. At least one person. If it changed one man and one woman, I'm happy. If all the changes is one man and one woman, I'm happy. Because right now, we are looking stupid in the black community with men and women doing the stupid stuff that we're doing. These are grown folks acting like this. Y'all take care.